Hello. I had a massive shift while I was thinking in the shower, and I started to explore loyalty. When I was dating, loyalty was the one thing that I really did not want anything to do with. And then when I realized that the thing I had avoided the whole time was the thing that I was very much struggling with, it changed a lot. And since my healing and my leveling up, I feel like I have to shift. I can only talk the way I know how to talk. I feel like a knight, and I'm being called to kneel before this energy pool and swear my fealty to it. But I have a previous commitment. And at the end of the day, when you make a commitment toward a person, you prioritize that person over the energy. You prioritize your children over the energy. Abraham received the intuition to kill his son, and he stayed devoted to the energy. And then the energy shifted and said, no. The energy maybe had a sixth sense of humor. I don't know. Or maybe it was just a story to teach you a moral. That if the energy says to do X, you do X. You follow the callings, no matter what. But you can't do that if you have loyalty sworn to a lover. You can't do that if you are using the energy for your own gain. You cannot do that if you have prioritized a relationship above the energy. And had Abraham not been tuned into his callings, he would have killed his son. I believe the Bible is more metaphorical than literal. I am very, very certain the Bible is very metaphorical. And that the stupidest things we could have done was to misinterpret it, which I think we have. I think the word God isn't God at all. I think the word God is actually love. In fact, God says at one point, God is love. That's literal. He literally is love, just pure love. And pure love is your identity. I'm going to leave it there and let you do the rest of the logic. And that intuition pull, that intuitive pull, yeah, it's making a lot more sense now. So I realized that there is a lesson, a final lesson, when you get to this point where you realize all fealty has to die, all loyalty has to die, because you must prioritize the energy above all else. And I'm finally there, like a half an hour ago. I realized this. I wrote a letter to my person, and I just severed it, because I cannot wish for him if it's going to harm the energy pool. Nothing can harm the energy pool. The energy pool has not been allowed to do what the energy pool needs to do. We interfere too much. That's what she wants to tell everybody. We interfere too much. And because we've interfered so much, we have fucked everything up. But we don't know we're fucking it up, and we don't know that we're interfering, and we don't know that we're pulling an energy in a direction that we should not be pulling it to go, which is the problem. So I am in Psyche Soup. So this is really casual. What's up, hun? You can talk if you want. You can get water, of course. She's allowed to drink water. Don't judge me. Yeah, you'd never have to ask, sweetheart. You can always get water. Oh no, when I'm working, when I'm doing like a full class. No, this is just my podcast. One of them. The podcasts I'm fine, as long as it's not shifting perspectives. Everything else is pretty casual. So that's where I'm at. I think that's the whole point of all of this, is like a knight willing to take up arms. You have to realize that the only priority is the energy, and that everybody in your life has to play second fiddle to the energy. Everything. Because, and even if that means that they cannot be with you, it has to be for the good of the energy, not the good of mankind, the good of the energy. It has to be for the good of the energy. And that under no circumstances should you ever tamper with the energy pool, because it knows where it needs to go, because it's got a massive ballet that it is playing out with 8 billion different parts and pieces. And you can't see it. Some of us can. But even I can't see everything. I can see pieces of it. Some of us can see pieces of it. And we can get numbers, and we can get symbols, and we can get a whole lot of other stuff that confirms we're on the right path. I never studied numerology. It's funny, because to me, that was no different than deja vu. I never ever looked for clues, because now you're training your mind to look for shit. You don't want to do that. So I never studied numerology. I just know that if I stumble upon a 1111, that's just one more confirmation I'm on the right path. But I don't go by numbers. I go by deja vu. I go by deja vu. That's it. And probably once a week, I get a feeling or something, and I go, okay, I'm on the right path. So I think people who follow numerology are people who don't. If you go looking for numbers, it's putting the cart before the horse. God, there's a lot of that in this world. There's a lot of that in spirituality, and it really pisses me off. It's like a huge pet peeve of mine. I'm going to be blunt. This is a pet peeve of mine. People who wander into the world of manifestation, and we're all light workers here, and we're thinking things like world peace. But then you get somebody in the group, and they're going, I want my child to talk to me. And all these world peacers look at this person, and we're like, really? Or someone will say, I think my wife's having an affair. Do you know what we're doing here? We're working on world peace. 8 billion people. And you're worried about who your wife is in bed with. Perspective. But then this person hangs around and realizes that they can use manifestation to gain. It's really annoying. And then they don't get it. So they start nagging those of us who do. Okay, can you help me out with this? Dude, world fucking peace. Go away. And I realize I'm swearing, and I'm showing no patience or empathy for this person. But that's a frustration I have. And It's really, really hard when you are so ahead of your time. And when you look at the majority of people, you can't even have a conversation with them because they can't even follow what you're saying. And then they throw a dick pic at you. And it's like, how would you feel if a dog showed you his penis? So I feel really alone, but not lonely, just quiet. It allows me to observe. Loyalty, just commitment. And this is all about me having to make sure my commitment is solid with the energy pool at any cost. It's about prioritizing the energy pool above myself and trusting that the energy pool will take care of me in turn. And some people accidentally stumble upon this and they do it naturally. But they don't really, some people don't understand the theory. But that's it. That's it right there. It's swearing your fealty to the energy pool instead of your own desires. Because it's trusting that the energy pool is going to take care of you, preserve the pool, but you have to trust it. And that is the mission of the light workers. Putting the priority of the energy pool above your own gain and trusting that the energy pool will take care of you. And if that means you lose your wife, your home, your car, so be it. Tell, what do you want? The thing is, I don't desire a relationship. I just desire to know him. The thing is, I don't desire a love of my life. I've had so many of those. So with him gone, I lose any desire to love or be loved by a partner. He literally, simply inspired love in me. Prior to him, I was so happy being single. Even when I was with him, I desired to be single. I love being single. I wish I could have fun. I struggle having fun. I'm very new to it. I'm very, very new to having fun. And that is one of the things that I'm learning to do on my own, is to have fun on my own. And I do that every time I go salsa dancing. That's why I go salsa dancing, is because I'm trying to learn how to have fun. That is the hardest thing for me to learn, is how to have fun. So loyalty is a commitment. And we put loyalty in the wrong people, and we put loyalty in our parents who abuse us, and we put loyalty in families who abuse us. And we put loyalties in husbands and wives who abuse us and treat us like shit. And the moral of the story is you really need to put loyalty in yourself and mostly in the energy pool. Really in the energy pool, though. Because when you decide to align with your energy pool, no matter what, Seven Habits for Highly Effective People. It's not your ethics. It's loyalty. Loyalty to the pool. Covey talks about how you should have a foundation based off of your ethics. And I say no. I mean, yes, but you really should have it. No. Part of your ethics needs to be to have a loyalty to the energy pool. In my opinion, that's for me. And I think that's going to be the first rule of my Lightworkers Guild, is that you have to prioritize the energy pool above all else, including your own desires, gains, and losses. Okay. And now, I know I am honorable enough to accept this. Now I know that I am qualified for this role. Now I know. There it is.